What is up, gamers? Hey everyone, it's your host with the most, Bembolt here, and oh boy, we got some serious news here to go over. So, serious enough that I just almost knocked off my headphones. uh, um, this video took longer than I expected to make. I wanted it to have it up by last Friday. Ended up taking a week instead. Because more information kept popping up and spreading around and being taken down, and just it's been a crazy week for just the Fusionfall community in general. So if it wasn't for that, this would have gotten out there sooner, but things kept happening news wise, and I wanted to give you guys the most updated news sources, as possible. I didn't want to mislead you guys at all. So please keep that in mind as to why this video took so long. So, yeah. And before we begin, I just want to thank each and every one of you guys. Thank you so much. My channel statistics have never looked this good before. I reached over 100 subscribers, so thank you all very much for liking and sharing and watching the past two videos I made about Fusionfall. I didn't expect to get my 15 minutes of fame from, it shutting down. So it's a very unfortunate circumstance, but I'm glad that I'm able to get the information out there, and that's what I primarily want to focus on today. And for covering all this going forward. This is likely the last time I'll be covering Fusionfall, and you'll see why in a few. I might be going over what the devs are going to be releasing over the next few weeks. I know Panman is going to be releasing his music tracks. Devin is going to be showing stuff off. All the devs are going to be showing off something, or almost all of them, from Retro and Legacy that never got to see the light of day. I mean, just this week we've already seen yesterday a Fusion Swampfire, Fusion Ultimate Swampfire, and a look at just it was amazing. But yeah, so let's get into what's actually important and the reason for this video. So let's get right into the feud! So what exactly happened? Well, like I said in last week's video, on April 16th, 2020, Fusionfall Universe and the entirety of their team got shut down in its entirety, and everyone was in a panic. And as this kept reaching people, everyone started panicking. It was a mess. When news of this got to the user known as Indies, who I referenced last video as the individual in an attempt to keep his identity secret, but he came on and talked anyways on my comment section and deleted all his comments. Thanks for that. He responded with a much different response, whereas everyone else in the community was like, no, our favorite game, it's gone. Why? Indies was like, haha, I shut it down. Yes, I killed that mermaid. Yeah, he started claiming that he was the individual that got CN's attention to shut down Fusionfall. And because of this, everyone in the community started targeting him, as that was a really dumb play on his part. So the community started targeting him. Obviously, this is a big deal, because this includes stuff like death threats. He got a dox file up against him or his brother, I can't remember which. But lots of bad stuff. And Indies, I do feel for you here. No one deserves that, even if they are a major troll like you are. But I don't condone this kind of behavior. No one should be receiving this kind of treatment, guys. Like, come on, let's be a little more mature. But everyone thought that it was him, and everyone was just horribly upset because we thought we just lost our favorite game to some joker with a grudge. This is what we were told on Wednesday, however, and it's what we've all been believing. However, today, a user by the name of Dusky shared in Prizzy's Discord server some troubling news that reveals Indies may actually be more innocent than we thought, and is merely just a simple troll, which is what he's been trying to change the story to for the past few days now. So, like I said, Dusky received an email from a member of the Assistant General Counsel who was responsible for issuing the DMCA against the Fusionfall Universe team that got the game shut down. He remains anonymous as Dusky blacked out both his own name and the counselor's name in question. Thank you for that. And the response email the response email is as follows: Hi, blank. I've exchanged emails with the operator. I've exchanged emails with the operators of the site to explain our concerns about the IP infringement on the websites. We were contacted by someone, but we did not receive any sort of evidence, falsified or otherwise. I can assure you that I reviewed the website myself to determine whether there was an infringement of our IP. I determined that there was, and contacted the operators of the site. They agreed to take it down. I'm not aware that anyone at Cartoon Network provided permission for them to operate, nor did they provide me with evidence that they had received such permission. We understand that there are fans such as yourself who enjoyed Fusionfall. However, it was not a project we could continue to focus resources on. Blank, Assistant General Counsel, blank blank from Warner Media. So what does this all mean? In short, Fusionfall isn't coming back from Cartoon Network or the Fusionfall Universe team. This also means that Indies didn't actually send the emails he claimed to have sent last week when this whole thing started off. So how he's been saying he was been innocent this entire time, it has some truth to it now. As the person in the email said that they were notified but didn't receive any claims of what was going on. But, you know, it doesn't look like they're interested in the game anymore from what the text says. If you go back and look, it says that final sentence, we understand that there are such fans, or we understand that there are fans such as yourself who enjoy Fusionfall. However, it was unfortunately a project we cannot continue to focus resources on. Yeah, no kidding. We found this out back in 2013. Back when, it shut down initially. No, 2011? Somewhere around there. 2011. Let's just agree on that. So it doesn't look like they're interested in the game being revived in any capacity at all. Which is, by them, by any fan groups or anything like that. And it's likely now because it's, so majorly in the spotlight now, that if any major groups come up right now saying, hey, we're the next team to revive Fusionfall, it's likely they're just going to get hit with the DMCA again, and it's the whole scenario all over again. And they have every right to do this, guys. It's their IPs, it's their characters, they own everything, and Fusionfall Universe never actually got permission from them to go on doing this. According to Devin, they weren't even on Cartoon Network's radar. So they just didn't know about this at all. So, or at least if they did, they didn't care because it wasn't anyone that was going to report them to, their higher-ups at Cartoon Network or any of the ex-devs from Grigan who, the company dissolved midway through Fusionfall's life. They were not going to report it, of course, because, they worked on it. Of course, they would love to see it again. That's just the thing that, a lot of artists and game developers like seeing. People making fan, recreations of their games or of their arts. But Warner Media, who acquired Cartoon Network a few months ago, I believe, obviously have different plans and different ideas. And there's not much we can really do to fight this. If they want the game taken down because it's using characters that they themselves own, they can do that. Many of the devs have gone on, even stating that the game is over for now, and we really shouldn't try to revive it since Fusionfall has such a big spotlight on it right now and will draw attention to it no matter what, like I already said. So all these splinter groups of fans in the community that have been, creating their own groups to make a new Fusionfall, it's likely we're not going to be able to see much from them Because even if they do get to the point where they can openly release Fusionfall as, like, say, a single player experience, for example, it's likely to get taken down again. And that's just the unfortunate truth. It's a rough time right now for the community, for sure. Many of us are disheartened and depressed over the fact that we just lost one of our favorite games of all times. I myself have been playing Fusionfall since it went free to play back in, 2009? So that's, almost, 10 years ago? Somewhere around there? 11? It was a huge game. There's never going to be a game like Fusionfall again. But, don't go attacking CN, Warner Brothers, or any individuals involved in all this, because, CN and Cartoon Network and Warner Brothers, they have every right to do this. They absolutely do. As for individuals like indies who just trolled us, really, and said that they were the ones that did it, but didn't actually. No witch hunches. Witch hunches. Yeah, there we go. No witch hunts, guys. Come on. We're all responsible. We're all human. We all make mistakes. We all goof up. I don't know which one we say. Indies is indies. Some people, you just don't understand their train of thought, and vice versa. Indies has been going around explaining himself to the community. I'm personally not just going to pay any more attention to him. Indies, I've seen your points. Talking to you directly now, and I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. But the rest of the community is going to have a hard time believing you. I'm sorry. There's not much really that you can do except probably just walk away from the community for a few months, let all this drama die down, and probably come back as under a new internet handle. That would be my suggestion to you, really. That's probably all you can do right now, unfortunately. There's no proof as to whether or not you did send emails, and there's no proof as to if you didn't. There's no screenshots that can prove it either way, whether you're guilty or not. So it just remains inconclusive, unfortunately. So what does that mean for us as a community then? What can we do? Nothing really. I mean, the one thing that I was able to personally think of, and this is going off script now, so this is when I get genuine and lift up my chair a bit. The only thing we really can do is, I don't know, stick together as a community, obviously. We have a strong community foundation here. We're obviously not going to die out anytime soon. We're always going to remember Fusionfall. It was a large part of many of our lives. And, we all know there's never going to be a game like Fusionfall again. The way that, it had very unique gameplay for an MMO. And, the characters in it are really drawed us in. Characters like, seeing a world where characters like Chowder can exist in the same world as, Rex from Generator Rex, or I'm trying to think now, Cow and Chicken and Ben 10. Like, that's something unique that we're never going to get again. And that's really unfortunate. The one suggestion, an idea that I do have, is we make an entirely new IP, an entirely original game that plays similar to Fusionfall in regards to an MMO. Something that plays similar to it, that has, wide map that you're able to explore and play on with original characters. Still has, something akin to the nano system, the leveling up system, how it plays a platformer still, but as a 3D RPG MMO. It's not Fusionfall. And, that's going to be one of the biggest drawbacks, really. We're never going to have a game like Fusionfall again. We all know this. So, that's really the only clue. I would love to be involved in a project like that, personally. I don't have much game development experience in the ways of programming, coding, and all that, but an artist I can, sure. Artist, storyteller, world builder, why not? So, if there are people that are like that, that would be interested in doing or creating a entirely new, video game, essentially, that can be a spiritual successor to Fusionfall, then I invite you to join the Last Vanguard server. It's the server that I'm currently in and a staff manager in. I invite you to join us. We can talk about it in the Fusionfall chat, or you can message me directly on Discord or on Twitter. Both of those links or at least links to my Twitter will be in the description. For Discord, I'll just pop the Last Vanguard server invite, and you can contact me through there. That would be something that I think is more possible, because then we're not in the same legal trouble with how Fusionfall would be. It's unfortunate what's happened. No, Fusionfall's never going to come back, it looks like. If it does, phenomenal. But I don't think it's going to. And that's unfortunate. The only really way that we'll ever be able to get to experience Fusionfall again would be by making a spiritual successor as fans. Which would present more opportunities in the ways of, finances, since it's a completely original, IP. We'd be able to profit off of it as fans. We'd be able to do a lot more stuff with it creatively. We'd have complete creative control over it. But we'd also be able to steal aspects, or not steal. Steal is the wrong word to use here. But we'd be able to take inspiration, there we go, from Fusionfall in certain aspects, like the platforming. Oh my god, who's ever heard of platforming in an MMO? That's crazy. The nano system was very unique. The weapon system was cool. The armor system was cool. It was all simple enough that, kids could understand it, but it wasn't too simple that it turned away adults and all that. But that's really my only idea. I'd happily work on a project like that. If you want to do something like that, make a spiritual successor to Fusionfall, let me know. I'm down. Let's get into that. Boy. It's stressful times, but it's 2020. It's the end of the world, guys. Who knows? Maybe next time we see Fusionfall is on reality. But anyways, I'll be streaming later tonight to celebrate reaching 100 subscribers. Thank you again. That'll be on my Twitch. Link again will be in the description below. Make sure to follow all the devs on their Twitters and other social media platforms. They'll be revealing stuff for Fusionfall over the coming days and weeks. It's going to be cool seeing all this stuff that's been in the workshop for years now. It's going to be really cool. If you want me to do coverage of their revealings, let me know in the comments below. I'll happily cover it. But until the next video, I'll see you all later. Peace out.